trailer for Dexter Original Sin dropped a few days ago, and it offers a captivating dive into the formative years of Dexter Morgan, set in 1991 Miami. It opens with a dramatic scene that might suggest Dexter's survival from his supposed death in Dexter New Blood, showing him being rushed to an emergency room, hinting that his story might not be over yet. The trailer effectively sets the tone for a prequel, exploring Dexter's transition from a student to the serial killer we know, under the guidance of his father, Harry Morgan, played by Christian Slater. The cinematography captures the essence of the 90s with a nostalgic yet grim atmosphere, reflecting the duality of Dexter's life. The brief glimpses of familiar characters, now portrayed by new actors like Molly Brown as Deborah Morgan, maintain continuity while introducing fresh interpretations. The casting of Patrick Gibson as young Dexter seems promising, capturing the character's complexity and moral ambiguity, although the trailer's focus is more on the ensemble rather than just him. The trailer cleverly intersperses scenes of Dexter's early development with his internal monologue, which brings us to the significant return of Michael C. Hall. Michael C. Hall's return to the Dexter universe in Original Sin is both strategic and an emotional choice, as it's going to bring back fans who enjoyed the original show. Of course, people have been skeptical seeing Patrick Gibson as Dexter, as they're so used to Michael C. Hall. Hall will be returning as the voice narrating Dexter's internal thoughts. Hall's voiceover acts as a bridge between the original series and this prequel. His iconic delivery, which was so intrinsic to the character's charm and depth, instantly reconnects fans with the essence of Dexter Morgan. This decision not only maintains the authenticity of the character, but also adds a layer of continuity and familiarity for long-time viewers. Hall's involvement is not just a nostalgic callback, it's a testament to the character's enduring appeal. His voiceover in the trailer suggests that this young Dexter is indeed the same one we've followed for years, now seen through the lens of his formative experiences. Moreover, the announcement of Dexter Resurrections, where Hall will reprise his role physically, further fuels speculation and excitement amongst fans. His return in both capacities, as a voice and potentially in person, underscores this franchise's commitment to revisiting and expanding Dexter's story in a way that respects its legacy while pushing narrative boundaries and hopefully giving us a better conclusion. Third time's a charm, right? The scene we see in the trailer of Dexter on the stretcher shows that he potentially did survive the gunshot in New Blood, but it will be interesting to see how they turn it into a full show. Of course, the police have gotten to him, so when he wakes up in that hospital, he will be handcuffed and restrained securely, as they now know his identity is the Bay Harbor Butcher, or they believe they do. I expect a return from David Zayas as Angel Batista, potentially being there as the show begins when Dexter first opens his eyes. I think this would be a really cool reunion, and will add a lot of attention from the get-go of the show, as Batista will now know Dexter was the cause of LaGuerta's death, Dirk's, Deb, and many more from back in Miami. When Resurrections was first announced, I did speculate that Dexter may have gotten away after the gunshot wound somehow, but obviously this isn't the case. Now I only really see two options. He does what Dexter usually does and worms his way out of tricky situations, so at some point he will escape the hospital and be on the run. The only other option I really see is his life in jail, them getting info about all of his killings and how he got away with it, then seeing Dexter get the death penalty and get the electric chair in Florida, which is what the original showrunner wanted anyways. This was put to a halt by Showtime, as they didn't want Dexter to die, as I mentioned in my video 30 Facts You Didn't Know About Dexter. After the series finale aired, an interview with former showrunner Clyde Phillips, who stepped down after season 4, revealed how he would have ended it. In the very last scene of the series, Dexter wakes up, and everybody's going to think, oh, it was a dream. And then the camera pulls back and back and back, and then we realise, no, it's not a dream. Dexter's opening his eyes and he's on the execution table at the Florida Penitentiary. They're just starting to administer the drugs, and he looks out the window to the observation gallery. And in the gallery are all the people that Dexter killed, including the Trinity Killer and the ice truck killer, his brother Rudy, LaGuerta, who he was responsible for killing, Dirks, who he's arguably responsible for, Rita, who he's arguably responsible for, all the big deaths, and also whoever the weekly episode kills were. They're all there. That's what I envisioned for the ending of Dexter. That everything we've seen over the past 8 seasons has happened in the several seconds from the time they start Dexter's execution to the time they finish the execution and he dies. Literally, his whole life flashed before his eyes as he's about to die. I think it would have been a great, epic, very satisfying conclusion. I did think maybe Original Sin was Dexter's life flashing before his eyes, but if he was to die at the end of it, then we wouldn't get Resurrections, so that throws that theory out of the window. My only worry about this show is that it will really take away from what Dexter was. Fans, including myself, really enjoyed seeing Dexter live 2 lives as a blood spatter analyst and as a serial killer vigilante. Of course, everything is just speculation as of right now, and we won't know much until we start getting information and trailers in 2025. I'd love to hear your guys' theories on how Resurrections will go, and if you are excited for the prequel show Original Sin. Let me know in the comments below, and subscribe for more Dexter related content. Thank you for watching.